It's such a small world.
Yep. Yeah, now I'll be known on Mission Street as the niece of Julia Roberts.
Welcome to Cloudtown Tuesday, the day where I share a page from my graphic novel, Cloudtown, and tell you about the process of making it. It's like a editor's commentary on a DVD. So here it is. Let's go. Let's do it. Pen is spraying chain grease on her bearing, which I don't think you're supposed to do. It creates temporary relief, but it makes it easier for it to get like sand and stuff stuck in your bearing. Let's show the time lapse. This is one of those examples where you want something to be in the background and you want it to be revealed, but like reveals inside a page without a page turn I think are doable, but they have to look not important when you just look over at them. Right. Like him being there when it didn't seem like he was there doesn't matter to the casual eye. It's not like a monster jumping out. Right. It's not like a jump scare. But like as you read this, then by the time you get to the point, it's like it's still a reveal that it's an issue that he's there. And then you realize who that is. Because even if you notice there's a guy there, you don't know it's their dad or anything. So yeah, when I drew this, I had not learned or started to use the whole idea of being thoughtful about the thickness of lines for foreground, background, character versus non-character. So like, I probably would not have Fawn in the bottom corner there, have that thick of a line if I were to do it now. But I still kind of like it. It's like...
It's stylistic.
Yeah, it's silly and funny and cute. Like, not everything needs to be the best. You don't need to be drawing circles around someone to make it delightful, I think.
Yeah, sometimes I mess with light sources just to like be able to shade the way I want to. It's like a stylistic choice as opposed to, you know, altering something so that the foreground pops out.
Yeah, and this is another, like, the Calyx is a friend of mine's band, and they had read it several times before they realized their band's shirt was in it.
Oh, that's funny.
I had forgotten to. I did replace this drawing of him. This was, I know that this was like a year later. I came back and was just touching stuff up when I had the time.
I love her pose here. Sorry, I just recognized that.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And this is like me giving a note to myself, like, do I want to fix something? You know, something I also have been influenced by some of the manga I've read, especially like Bakuman, who has a lot of conversations in singular places, is doing a lot more big panels that have multiple text bubbles, balloons. Like, if I were to do this again, I'd probably have the bottom 3 or 4 panels take up the bottom 2/3 of this thing as one big panel with the conversation in it somehow. Or I'd try to.
I don't know, I like this extra panel where she's freaking out. I wouldn't take that out.
Thanks. Yeah, the way I do paneling is really different since this book came out.
Honestly, the way I read comics, I pay attention more to the wording when there's more images to go with it.
I do like how you get the separate emotional face. Like the way she goes through so many feelings, Fawn does in this page. Like,
talking about it.
Yeah, like even the first panel to the third panel there where she's like kind of a neutral face, that's there's a meaning there, like she's distracted from the things she's really kind of concerned about. And the other thing that I don't know, as I draw more and more, the ratio of panels when I look back at my own art that I like versus dislike is just getting slightly higher, honestly. If I look at my old comics from when I was a teenager, I still see a panel or a page that I like as a piece of cartooning, but it's just the ratio is pretty low nowadays.
To bad panels.
So the one that I would have done differently, or I wish I had done better, and the closer I get to the present, I don't think it's just changing taste. I think you get better at stuff, you know?
Yeah, you just get better down the line.
I think it's certain things you start noticing, you know, that you didn't notice before.
I also, split that panel up, I guess, at the end. And I wanted to end like, I'm asking for your help. And originally this was just a page of text where it's just like, because there's a lot of dialogue, and if you are in prose, dialogue makes the story move a lot faster, but in comics it slows it down. So.
If you're in what
that's
dialogue goes
interesting.
faster?
Prose, so just text, right?
Right.
So if you are reading a novel and there's a lot of dialogue, you kind of zoom through that chunk of the novel.
Yeah.
But in comics it slows it down for pages.
But you don't have to read the
But anyway, so that's that page.
Right, because when there's action, there's less dialogue.
And you just are flipping through the pages. And in a way, if your job is to keep people excited to get to the next page, some of that is the physical motion of swiping or flipping and keeping that rhythm fast. You have more momentum. Like manga, when you read manga, you have more momentum, right? Manga. What happens here? What am I doing? I tried to put him huge. Did he end up huge?